Okay then, I'm back, and now it's time for my Golden Child review. Now, I know it's been a while since I made a video, but you have to remember a few things about me. I've been busy, been a lot of shit going on. Um, um, so with that being said, it's time for the Golden Child review. Now, to sum up this film, I have this clip.
Man whose ass is narrow can get down these steps. And if mine is such an ass, then I shall have it.
So here we are, The Golden Child. Now, this film came out in 1986, and originally it was supposed to be made by John Carpenter, but some shit went down, and John Carpenter instead went to go make his own film, Big Trouble in Little China. This film was originally supposed to star Mel Gibson. Thank God it didn't. They got Eddie Murphy. And personally, I like The Golden Child. It's one of my favorite films. It was considered a disappointment to the studio that made it, because compared to Eddie Murphy's other film, Beverly Hills Cop, which made 234 million plus in the U.S. alone, this movie only made 74 million, but it had a budget of 25, so it was profitable, just wasn't profitable enough. But aside from that, I personally like this film. And like this clip that preceded it, came before it, this film is fun. It has comedy that we've come to know and love from Eddie Murphy in his prime, where he's the straight man in a supernatural world, and how he uses his humor to engage the audience through his annotations. So without further ado, as we normally do, we go into, plot, music, spoilers, that type of thing, special effects, and then overall conclusion, should you see it or not see it. So, this film, the plot is pretty simple. Basically, every X amount of years, there is a perfect child born that basically ushers in an age of good shit going on in the world, according to mysticism and Tibetan, Chinese mysticism, that type of thing. And of course, if you have such a source of goodness, there is also a force of evil to oppose it. The last golden child was killed, and so this new golden child has to live. If this child dies, the world goes to hell. So basically, the opening of the film is that this child is essentially in a monastery, and it brings a dead bird to life, and the monastery is attacked by the villain Sardo Numspa, and basically the child manages to touch one of the evil people that is with Sardo Numspa, and basically, or Sardo Numspa from hence on will be called Numsi. Numsi's henchman, the guy goes to the other side, and he's cut down, and we find out that the child can touch people, evil people, and purify them and make them good, turning them to his side. So basically, they kidnap the child, and the child does not talk. In the entire film, he never says a word. And the child is kidnapped. They put him in a cage, and they carry him off. And that's the opening of the film. It's a decent action scene. A lot of people are killed, and that's the opening. Then we cut to Eddie Murphy basically postering up pictures of a lost child, and basically he's the finder of lost children. He's the chosen one, if you will. So Eddie Murphy essentially goes on trying to find this lost girl. They find the girl dead at this house, and there's a bowl of oatmeal with blood in it, and he winds up meeting some girl named Ki Ang or Ann Key, something like that. And basically, like, she's the romantic interest of the film. She basically tells him that he's the chosen one to find the golden child, and he doesn't take it seriously at all. There's a funny scene in the film where he's like, keep the camera on me, where he's on a public access TV show talking about Cheryl Mosley, and he's like trying to find her, and he has this funny exchange between him and the host. It's very hilarious. I don't have a clip of it. I wish I did, but I don't. So, basically, he eventually, while initially he's incredulous, he sees some fantastic things that make him believe that it's true, and then he goes to find the knife. But before we do this, I have another clip of one of the action sequences, which will lead us directly into what I like to call the special effects for this film.
Hey. In my pocket, it's a whole thing of Tic Tacs. Take as many as you like, please. What are you doing here? Hey! Put your brain, asshole! Why'd you come in here? Didn't I tell you not to come in? I told you to stay in the car. I'm not going to lecture you. I'm not going to turn this into a lecture. But next time I tell you to do something, you do it, all right? This is a man thing. Man shit happened here. You're not supposed to. This is no place for a woman to be. You understand me? But next time I tell you to do something, do it. I don't want you to get hurt. This is, okay? Can I handle this, okay?
Okay.
So, as you can see, a lot of man shit went down in there. A lot of man shit going on in there. Man shit. So, I mean, decent fight choreography. A little bit of eye candy with the wet t-shirt. But hey, you know, wet blouse. But hey, the special effects in this film is fairly decent. The end scene with the fight between transformed demonic Numsi and Gerald is has not aged well, but when I was a kid, I thought it was friggin' awesome. The graphics now look like something from Hercules: The Legendary Adventures, but not quite as shitty. But at the time, they were awesome because this was 1986. So those were good special effects back in the day. Not the greatest, but pretty good. This The graphics are pretty decent. The music is serviceable. It's very 80s synth pop, you know, that type of thing. Kind of like Coming to America crossed with Beverly Hills Cop, but not as good as either of those films. Yeah, that type of music. So that's the graphics and the music. Next we'll go up to spoilers, and then should you watch it or not? Or actually, flip that. Do should you watch it or not, and then spoilers afterwards. Or, you know, forget it. I'm not going to do spoilers. Okay then, it's time to get down to it. The general conclusion. This film is a must-see if you like 80s action comedies. There were quite a few in the 80s, and most of them were really good. Most of them. This is one of my trifectas of great 1980s Eddie Murphy films. So my trifecta, these are 3 top Eddie Murphy films that if you like Eddie Murphy when he was in his prime, you have to see these films. 48 Hours, number 1, 48 Hours. Number 2, Beverly Hills Cop. Number 3, The Golden Child. Now, yes, he was in other great films. I mean, there's Coming to America, Trading Places, but these 3 are the best, in my opinion. Trading Places, it's close. Trading Places, you can kind of pull out and put it back in, but these are my favorites. So, should you watch it? Hell yeah, you should watch it. Hell, rent it. Watch it on Netflix. When it comes on cable, TiVo it, or DVR, whatever system you use. Watch it. Watch it, or else. I won't deal with spoilers because, I mean, good triumphs over evil, whatever. So, with that, that's the end of this review. Stay tuned for the future, where I will be reviewing the most manliest man-on-man action in an action film ever. And no, this movie is not a porn.